Hello everyone. First of all, I welcome you all to my online video class. Today our topic is integration by parts, class 12 mathematics. So let us see what is this. Integration by part mean product rule. Product rule in integrals. What does this mean? First of all, suppose f of x and g of x. These are two functions in product form. So first of all, we have to recognize the type of the function and which function is to be considered as first function. The integration rule is f of x into g of x is equal to, suppose this is the first function and this is the second function. So how to integrate this? The rule is first function as it is, integration of second function, minus sign by default, derivative of first function into integration, again integration of second function. This way outside we shall have integration sign dx. So this is the way how we can find the integration of the integrals having the product of two functions. So first of all, the question is whether we can consider gx equal to first function or not. So for this purpose we have to take the following points in our mind. I late is the rule from which we shall recognize whether which function should be the first function. Accordingly, I mean inverse. For example, sine inverse x. So such type of functions, they are invertible functions. L mean logarithmic function, suppose log of x, etc. A represents algebraic functions. Algebraic functions mean suppose x square plus 2x plus 3, etc. Such type of equations, algebraic equations. And T mean trigonometric functions. Likewise, what is the E meaning of E? Exponential functions. Exponential functions. Accordingly, we place them first function, second function, third function, etc. Sorry, first and second function. Only up to this we shall discuss. For example, in this question, suppose we have x square into sine inverse x into dx. So which one is the first function? Inverse I comes first, algebraic function comes at third place. So accordingly, this should be the first function and this is the second function. One more example, let us try to understand. Suppose we have log of 2x plus 1 into sine of x into dx. Suppose this is the question. So which is the first function here now for calculation purpose? isolate, logarithmic function comes in at second place, trigonometric functions they come at fourth place. So accordingly this should be the first function and this is the second function for calculation purpose. So let us proceed with the exercise now. The very first question of the exercise 7.6 is find the integration of x into sin x. So first of all, what is the first function? According to this rule, isolate. We shall follow this rule. Here x mean algebraic function, t mean trigonometric function. A comes first, t comes after. So this is the first function and this is the second function. So what is the integration? First function as it is, integration of second function minus sign, integration of derivative of first function into integration of second function. So accordingly question becomes, what is the first function? This is x, and what is the second function? This is sin of x minus sin what is the derivative of first function? Right here x, then integration of second function is sin of x, so bracket closed, dx. So this way x, there is no change. Integration of sin of x is minus cos of x minus sin, integration sin, derivative of x is 1, integration of sin of x is minus cos x, outside the bracket this is dx. So this way we have now minus x into cos x, this minus into minus, plus integration of cos x into dx. So finally what is the result? Minus x into cos x, integration of cos x, again this is sin of x, plus c, the constant of integration, hence solved. Now coming to question number 9, x into cos inverse x dx. So first of all, according to the rule isolate, I mean invertible functions, inverse functions. So cos inverse x, this is the first function this time. Algebraic function they come third place. So x mean second function. So let us solve this now. What is the integration? First function as it is, integration of second function minus sign, integration of derivative of first function into integration of second function, this way. So what we see, what is the first function? First function is cos inverse x, and what is the integration of second function? Integration of x is x square upon 2 minus sign. What is the derivative of first function? Derivative of cos inverse x is minus 1 upon 1 plus x square. Sorry, this is 1 minus x square and whole square root. Into integration of second function, that is x square, integration is x square upon 2 dx. So accordingly our question becomes now equal to x square into cos inverse x whole divided 2 this minus minus plus 1 upon 2 integration of x square upon square root of 1 minus x square into dx. So what we should do now, here in second part we can say x square cos inverse x upon 2 plus 1 upon 2 integration of, suppose this is 1 minus x square minus 1, we are taking this minus sign outside, 1 plus minus cancelled, minus x square plus x square, this becomes, so we have 1 minus x square dx. So this way further we can write this equal to x square into cos inverse x upon 2 minus 1 upon 2 integration of, first dividing this by square root of 1 minus x square, we have 1 minus x square into dx, thereafter minus 1 by 2 into minus 1 becomes plus 1 by 2 integration of 1 upon square root of 1 minus x square into dx. Now there is one rule. The rule is integration of square root of a square minus x square dx is equal to 1 upon 2x into square root of a square minus x square plus a square upon 2 sin inverse x upon a plus c. So accordingly we write here first of all x square into cos inverse x upon 2 minus 1 upon 2. So what rule we have discussed here, a square minus x square, what is that? That is x upon 2 into square root of a square minus x square, that is 1 minus x square, plus a square by 2, a square is 1, 1 upon 2 sin inverse of x upon a, which is x. Further we have 1 upon 2 plus 1 upon 2. For this also there is one rule. The rule is this one, integration of 1 upon square root a square minus x square is equal to sin inverse x upon a plus c. So accordingly in our question we have 1 upon a, that means 1 upon 1 sin inverse x upon a, x plus c, the constant of integration. This is the final answer to the given question, hence solved. Question number 13 is find the integration of tangent inverse x dx. So first of all my dear students, we know that the derivative of tangent inverse x is equal to 1 upon 1 plus x square, but we don't know what is the integration of tangent inverse x. So here we cannot apply even the product rule, integration by part. Rather we can think of the integration by part rule. So how we can think about that? First of all we can write this equal to x raised to power 0, which mean 1, into tangent inverse x into dx. So this way we can say we can apply the by part rule, integration by parts, because we have now the two functions. So accordingly what the Eilert rule says, I mean inverse function, we are taking them as the first function. So tan inverse is the first function, algebraic function this is the second function according to the rule. So what is the rule? First function as it is, that is tangent inverse x, there is no change. Integration of second function x raised to power 0 into dx, minus sign, integration of derivative of first function, which is tangent inverse of x, into integration of second function x raised to power 0 into dx outside the bracket dx. So this way, how to solve now further? This mean tangent inverse x into integration of x raised to power 0 is x raised to power 0 plus 1, 1 upon 1, minus sign integration of tan inverse, derivative of tan inverse x is 1 upon 1 plus x square into, again this is x into dx. So this way what we can say now, this mean x into tan inverse x minus sign, we can say here x upon 1 plus x square into dx. Moreover, we can divide by 2 and multiply by 2. So this way, why we are doing this? Because we know one rule of integration, f dash x divide f of x. It means answer will be log of f of x plus c. So accordingly, here in this rational function, what we see, the derivative of denominator, exact derivative is 2x, is existing. Exact derivative of denominator is f dash x. So accordingly we are substituting here the value, so becomes x into tangent inverse x minus 1 upon 2. So what is f of x? This is log of 1 plus x square plus c. This way our question is solved now. Now discussing about integrals of the type e raised to power x into f of x plus f dash x. Here what we do, we can write this equal to e power x into f x plus f dash x this way. So ultimately we can apply the direct result. What is the direct result? E power x into f of x plus f dash x dx is equal to e power x into f of x plus c. So we can also see the example. What is the integration of e power x into tangent inverse x plus 1 upon 1 plus x square here? So what we see here, this is the f of x. Suppose tangent inverse x is f of x. So its derivative is 1 upon 1 plus x square. So purely on the basis of the formula, we can directly apply the result. I will be equal to e raised to power x into f of x, which was tan inverse x plus c. So this way our question is solved. Now coming to the questions of the exercise of this type. Question number 16 is e power x into sine x plus cos x. So first of all, if we take f of x equal to sine x, then we know its derivative is cos of x. So this is f dash x. So accordingly, we can say what is the integration e power x into f of x plus c. That means e power x into what is f of x? This is sine of x plus c. So we have to consider the rule integration of e power x into f of x plus f dash x into dx. This will be equal to e power x into f of x plus c. This is the rule we have followed here. Now coming to next question. Question number 17 is what is the integration of x into e power x whole divide 1 plus x its whole square. So first of all, writing the rule integration of e power x into f of x plus f dash x dx is equal to e power x into f of x plus c. First of all, we are going to reduce the given function in this form, in this type. So how to convert? First of all, writing e raised to power x outside, we are left with x. So according to the denominator, we put here 1 plus x, and then subtracting this 1, we are left with, in the denominator, 1 plus x whole square into dx. So in next step, this can be written as e power x into 1 plus x whole divide 1 plus x whole square minus this 1 upon 1 plus x whole square into dx. So what to do now? Next we have, this can be written as e power x into, this becomes 1 upon 1 plus x minus 1 upon 1 plus x whole square into dx. So now we know that, what is the, if suppose f of x is equal to 1 upon 1 plus x, then this can be written as 1 plus x whole raised to power minus 1. So f dash x, its derivative is minus 1 into 1 plus x whole raised to power minus 1, which is minus 1 upon 1 plus x whole raised to power 2. So this way, what we have found, this is f of x and this is f dash x. So we can directly apply this rule now. E power x into f of x plus f dash x, that mean integration is e power x into f of x plus c. So here we put the value e power x into f of x. What is f of x? This is 1 upon 1 plus x plus c. So this is the final answer of the question. Now coming to question number 20 of the exercise, x minus 3 into e power x upon x minus 1 whole square dx. So again here also we are going to convert this into this type. So for that purpose, how we are writing here, according to the denominator, we are converting the numerator. X minus 3 can be written as x minus 1 minus 3, that means minus 2 is left now, e power x outside upon x minus 1 whole square into dx. So that means this becomes integration, writing e power x outside, this will become, in the next part we shall take this x minus 1 upon x minus 1 whole square, that means x minus 1 upon, in denominator this is not square, this is cube in the question. So accordingly we are writing here x minus 1 whole power 3, next is minus 2 upon x minus 1 whole power 3 into dx. So now what we are left with? We are left with now integration e power x into 1 upon x minus 1 whole power 2 minus 2 upon x minus 1 whole power 3 into dx. So now what we know? We know that derivative of 1 upon x minus 2 whole square is equal to derivative of x minus 2 whole power minus 2, which is equal to minus 2 into x minus 2 whole power minus 2 minus 1, which is equal to minus 2 upon x minus, sorry, this is x minus 1 everywhere, x minus 1 whole power 3. So this way, this was derivative of f dash x, where f of x is equal to 1 upon x minus 1 and f dash x minus 1 whole square, f dash x is equal to minus 2 upon x minus 1 whole power 3. So here accordingly what we can say now, this is f of x and this is f dash x. So we follow the rule now, e power x into f of x plus f dash x is equal to e power x into f of x. So we write directly the result, which is equal to e power x into f of x, which is equal to 1 upon x minus 1 whole square plus c. This is the final answer of the question. Thank you very much.